I don't believe it. Ivy, we've been looking everywhere for you.
Really? Thank you so much. I so badly wanted to be found.
Weird place. Why'd you come here, Ivy?
I don't know. I think I was looking for something. All I remember is lots of hallways and stairs, and then... I can't be sure, but I think someone was following me.
Following you? Did you see who it was?
No, but it felt like someone was always just behind me, looking over my shoulder. I'm probably just being silly. My Nana says I'm like that sometimes.
Whatever happened, we can figure that out later. Right now, we should get back before we run into any more trouble.
Come on, Ivy. If we can avoid Mr. Filch and Peeves, we should avoid getting detention. Is this your trunk?
That's not mine. It must have been here when I came in. There are initials on it. WW. Definitely not mine.
Leave it then. Let's go.
Well done! You have a team. Now...
Well done! Your performance thus far has been excellent. I must say you've exceeded.
Thank you, Professor.
However, that does not mean you should become complacent. Your education is only just beginning. To truly succeed at Hogwarts, you must be willing to challenge yourself.
I'll do my best, Professor. You're starting an art club, Lottie?
I'm trying to, but so far the response has been less than enthusiastic. Some seem interested in picking up a brush, but the second I mention researching the Hogwarts portraits, their eyes always glaze over.
You just have to show them how interesting it can be. Know of any portraits with tragic backstories, depictions of unsung heroes?
Come to think of it, yes. If you're not too busy, could I take you on the rounds to get your feedback on a few options? I'm quickly realizing that my idea of interesting is very different from most.
Of course, Lottie. Anything to help get your art club off the ground. Let me drop off my books and I'll meet back up with you.
you're here. What do you think of this painting?
I think... Well, if I'm being frank, I think it's quite soppy. Sorry.
I could see how you'd feel that way at first glance, but why don't you take a closer look?
Are there two wands in her hand?
Yes, good catch. This is a portrait of Etheldrada Bloodworth. It depicts the moment immediately after she was forced to raise her wand against him.
I can't imagine how conflicted poor Etheldrada must have felt. It's no wonder she looks so upset.
I've always said that we can learn a lot about the past, present, and even the future from portraits, if we're willing to listen.
Well said, young witch. It has been quite some time since a student took such interest in us portraits. Not
Simon? Did you say Simon?
Gosma, you know who Lady Etheldrada's talking about?
Oh, yes, we're the best of friends. Or rather, we were. Well, for some reason, everyone tends to suddenly remember stuff they have to do when I come around. But not Simon. We talk and play for hours. I even showed him my third favorite hiding spot. The one hidden behind the paint.
Wait a moment. Did you say there's a secret room behind a painting?
Not just a room, a whole corridor full of them.
That sounds perfect for your art club, Lottie. If you tell people that you meet in a secret clubhouse, everyone's going to want to join. Gossamer, where exactly is this hiding spot of yours?
I'll show you. Come, come. This is it! Behind this painting is a corridor full of rooms, each grander than the last. Though it seems different from what I remembered.
This is exactly what I need to drum up interest in my art club, Gosma. So, how do we get in?
Sorry, I just can't shake the feeling that something's missing from this painting. Now, what did you say again?
I asked how we get the painting to open up.
Oh, that! Haven't a clue!
How do you not know? It's your third favorite hiding spot, isn't it?
Yes, but it's not as if I've actually had to use the door, being a portrait and all. Though I do vaguely recall Simon placing an enchantment on the portrait to keep telltales out.
I wonder if you have to say a password or perform some sort of action to enter, like you do to get into the house common rooms.
Why don't we ask the nearby portraits if they remember anything? If Simon's as memorable as Etheldrada made him seem, it's possible we could pick up a clue or two.
Simon Talmadge. Now there's a name I haven't heard in ages. Who got so desperate for someone to confide in that he made friends with us. Of course, being seen talking to...
Those gits even destroyed his paintings once. He was really upset, so I showed him this hiding spot to cheer him up. He was so excited to turn it into his own private art studio. But Gwydion...
Gwydion Idris. Scamp if I ever saw one. Always managed to rope Simon into doing the same too. He was real charismatic that way.
Yes! Simon Talmadge and his friends came here often. A rather eclectic lot, if my memory serves. It's my understanding that they commandeered the hidden space behind the painting for their clubhouse.
Do you have any idea how they were able to get in?
The only thing I can recall is that the sleeping dragon in the painting would snort flame every time they entered, as if laughing.
Oh, that's right! There was a sleeping dragon in this painting before. Simon added it to this otherwise boring old landscape. I can't be...
Simon Talmadge? I always thought the boy was a bit off. Once I caught him staring at the painting you're talking about. He kept mumbling the Hogwarts school motto, Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus, over and over to himself. I thought he had gone mad. I cannot say I was surprised when I heard what had happened to him.
What do you mean, what had happened to him?
Oh, excuse me. I think I hear someone calling my name.
So we know that this painting used to be a landscape before Simon added a sleeping dragon onto it, that the dragon would laugh before the door opened, that Simon had a notoriously rebellious friend, and that he was overheard mumbling, everything seems to point to the dragon being the key to getting inside, but where could it be?
Perhaps it's been hidden. Let's take a closer look.
Oh,
Oh, the sleeping dragon's back!
but unfortunately the passageway's still locked. What do you think we should do next?
One of the portraits reported hearing Simon repeat, Draco Dormiens Numquam Titilandus. Draco Dormiens Numquam Titilandus. Draco...
Maybe you're not saying it right. Oh, the sleeping dragon's back!
But unfortunately the passageway's still locked. What do you think we should do next?
Draco Dormiens Numquam Titilandus translates to, never tickle a sleeping dragon. No, and that he had a rebellious streak. I think the key to opening the door...
It worked! You're so clever.
Agreed. Nice thinking.
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go in!
Hi, Robin. Is something wrong?
Everything is wrong. In fact, I can't imagine anything will be right again. And it's all my fault.
What happened?
I can't tell you. It's too awful.
Come on, Robin. It can't be that bad.
Oh, yes, it can. It's terrible. Horrible, even. But if you must know, I missed the bloody bludger! I missed the bludger, which then hit our chaser, causing them to drop the quaffle instead of scoring the goal that would have given...
I'm sorry, Robin, but 140 points is still a big lead.
Sure, as long as the opposing seeker doesn't catch the snitch, because your teammate tried to cut across the pitch to help and instead knocked your own seeker off course.
Oh, that is rough.
How is it not my fault?
Well, it's not entirely your fault. I mean...
Yes, and my team hates me. I'll never be happy again. My life is ruined. That's why I came to Hagrid's. I thought maybe he could feed me to a blast-ended Scroot. I deserve it.
Oh, don't be so dramatic. I'm sure Hagrid will have something to cheer you up. Come on, let's go.
Oh, not again!
What's the matter, Hagrid? You look almost as miserable as me.
Oh, it's them ruddy gnomes. Been burrowing under the garden, chewing on the roots and putting holes in the pumpkins. Can't even tell till the damage is done.
Those little
Is there anything we can do to help?
Yeah, I I used to clear out the gnomes in our garden at home. In fact, might be good practice.
All right, then. I'll leave you to it. Just remember, they're more troublesome than they look.
Oh!
What do you want? What do you want? Now you're in trouble. Incendio! Ventus! Troll! Bludgeon! Atmosphere charm. Bludgeon! Thunderstorm!
Galloping Gorgons! You took...
Oh, it was nothing,
Yeah, we're just happy to help.
I appreciate it. Oh, wait, you were coming to see me, weren't you? Did you say something about feeling miserable?
I was feeling a bit down, but it turns out taking on a horde of gnomes was exactly what I needed. I should be thanking you.
Oh, well, you're welcome, I suppose.
And if they ever come back, let us know. I can always use the practice.